If you have ever made a credit card payment and then looked at your balance and thought, wait, did that even do anything? Congratulations. You may have met the minimum payment trap. This is one of the most frustrating parts of credit card debt. You pay every month. You try to do the right thing. You send the money. You feel responsible. Then the next statement shows up and your balance looks like it barely moved. It is like trying to empty a swimming pool with a spoon, while the bank stands there refilling it with interest. So today, we're breaking down the minimum payment trap. Why your credit card balance never moves. Why minimum payments can keep people in debt for years. And how to finally start making real progress toward paying off credit card debt. The minimum payment looks helpful, but it can be dangerous, because it makes you feel like you are handling the problem while the problem quietly keeps growing. Most credit cards only require a small minimum payment each month. That might be $25, $50, $100, or a small percentage of the balance. And when money is tight, making the minimum payment can feel like a win. And to be fair, paying the minimum is better than missing a payment. Missing payments can create late fees, damage your credit, and make the situation worse. So yes, make the minimum payment. But do not confuse making the minimum payment with having a debt payoff plan. Those are not the same thing. A minimum payment keeps the account alive. A debt payoff plan kills the debt. Big difference. The problem is interest. Credit card interest can be brutal. If you carry a balance, the credit card company charges interest on what you owe. That interest gets added to your balance. Then next month, if you still carry a balance, more interest gets added again. This is how a purchase from months ago can still be charging you today. That dinner? Still charging you. That emergency car repair? Still charging you. That vacation you swore would be worth it? Still charging you, and somehow now it has become a monthly subscription to regret. Credit card interest is like a financial mosquito. Tiny at first. Annoying. Then suddenly you realize it brought friends, and now your whole paycheck is under attack. Here is why the balance barely moves. When you make a minimum payment, part of that payment goes toward interest. Only what is left goes toward lowering the actual balance. So if your minimum payment is $100, but $70 goes toward interest, only $30 actually reduces what you owe. You made a payment, but most of it did not move you forward. It just paid the cost of staying in debt. That is the trap. You are paying, but you are not escaping. And the higher the interest rate, the worse this gets. This is why high-interest credit card debt can feel impossible. You are not just fighting the balance. You are fighting the interest that keeps rebuilding the balance every month. The credit card company does not need you to stop paying. They just need you to keep paying slowly. Because slow payments are profitable. Very profitable. A person who pays the card off every month is not nearly as exciting to the bank as someone who carries a balance for years. That person becomes a long-term customer in the worst possible way. A minimum payment can turn a few $1,000s of credit card debt into years of payments. And by the time it is over, you may have paid far more than the original purchase ever cost. That is why minimum payments can keep people broke. Not because they are doing nothing, but because they are doing just enough to stay trapped. Now let's talk about how to escape. Step number 1. Stop adding new charges. This is the first rule. You cannot pay off credit card debt while still using the card for new purchases. That is like trying to mop the floor while the sink is overflowing and someone is yelling, "But the towels were on sale." If you are serious about getting out of credit card debt, freeze the card. Not necessarily literally, although putting it in a block of ice is dramatic, and honestly, kind of cinematic. But stop using it. Remove it from online shopping accounts. Take it out of your wallet. Pause. Buy now, pay later. Use debit or cash where possible. The goal is to stop the bleeding. because every new charge makes the payoff plan harder. Step number 2. Find the real interest cost. Open your credit card statement and look for 3 things: your balance, your interest rate, and how much interest you were charged this month. That number matters, because once you see how much money is going to interest, the problem becomes real. It is no longer just a balance. It is a leak. And sometimes seeing the interest charge is the wake-up call. You might realize you paid $200, but $40, $60, or $100 went to interest. That is money that could have gone toward savings, debt payoff, an emergency fund, investing, or literally anything better than paying rent on old purchases. Step number 3. Pay more than the minimum. This is the whole game. The minimum payment keeps you current, but extra payments are what actually move the balance. Even a small extra amount can help. $25 extra, $50 extra, $100 extra. Whatever you can do consistently. Do not wait until you have a perfect budget. Do not wait until life calms down. Life does not calm down. Life shows up with a bill and a weird noise coming from your car. Start with what you can. If your minimum payment is $100, try paying $125, then $150, then more when possible. The more extra you pay, the more you reduce the balance. And the lower the balance gets, the less interest you pay over time. That is how you start turning the fight around. Step number 4. Make extra payments as soon as you can. You do not always have to wait until the due date. If you get paid and have extra money for debt payoff, send it. Do not let it sit in checking, where it can slowly transform into food delivery, random shopping, or something from Amazon that arrives before you even remember ordering it. The sooner you reduce the balance, the less interest has a chance to pile up. Small extra payments during the month can help you stay focused, and they make your progress visible. Progress matters, because when people do not see progress, they quit. And quitting is exactly what the debt wants. Debt loves confusion. Debt loves delay. Debt loves, "I'll start next month." Step number 5. Attack one card at a time. If you have multiple credit cards, do not panic. Make minimum payments on every card so everything stays current. Then pick one card as the main target. Send all extra money there. One target, one mission, one enemy at a time. If you spread a little extra across every card, it may feel productive, but it can be hard to see progress. Focused money works harder. Scattered money gets tired and disappears. Once the first card is paid off, roll that payment into the next card. That is how you build momentum. Every card you pay off removes a payment. Every payment you remove gives you more power. And every balance you kill gives you more breathing room. Step number 6. Find extra money without making your life miserable. Paying off credit card debt faster requires fuel. But that does not mean you need to live like a monk who just discovered tap water. Start with money leaks, food delivery, unused subscriptions, random shopping, convenience spending, impulse purchases, fees, stuff sitting around your house that you could sell. You can also look for extra income, overtime, a weekend gig, freelance work, selling unused items, a small side hustle. Even an extra $50 or $100 a month can make a difference when it goes directly toward credit card debt. The key is not perfection. It is consistency. Step number 7. Do not use credit limits as spending money. This is huge. A credit limit is not your money. If your card has a $5,000 limit, that does not mean you have $5,000. It means a bank has given you access to $5,000 of future problems if you use it badly. Credit cards are tools, but so is a chainsaw. Used correctly, helpful. Used recklessly, Now everyone is screaming. The goal is to use credit cards in a way that helps your life, not controls it. That means paying balances off, avoiding interest, and never letting available credit feel like extra income. Because credit card debt steals future paychecks. And your future paychecks already have enough to do. So here is the truth. Minimum payments are not evil. They are useful for keeping your account current. But they are not a real escape plan. If you only make the minimum payment, your credit card balance can hang around for years. And interest can quietly take hundreds or even thousands of dollars that should have stayed with you. To escape the minimum payment trap, remember the plan. Stop adding new charges. Know your balance and interest rate. Pay more than the minimum. Make extra payments when you can. Attack one card at a time. Find extra money. And stop treating your credit limit like income. That is how you start moving from credit card debt to credit card control. Because getting out of debt is not just about paying bills. It is about taking back your paycheck. It is about no longer sending money to old decisions. It is about creating breathing room. And eventually, using that money to build wealth instead of constantly paying interest. Every extra payment is a vote for freedom. Every balance you lower is progress. And every credit card you pay off proves that you are not stuck. You are building your way out. That is the wealth fix. If you want quick, simple money moves for paying off debt, building wealth, improving your money habits, and living better without pretending you hate nice things, subscribe to 10-Minute Wealth Fix.